Good evening, everybody. Today is 19th of July 2026, and today we have our scholar Kishore, who is doing his research on the profession. So today we'll be discussing on the second income, I guess, or dual income. Let's hear from him. So over to you, Kishore. Sir, with your permission, we are starting the session.
Yeah, please.
All the best, Kishore.
Thanks.
Yeah, all the best, Kishore.
Thanks. गुरुवे सर्वलोकानां बीजजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेव महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. Good evening, sir, and all my fellow colleagues and my friends. I'll introduce myself first. I work as a MTS at AMD, and I have completed my MTech from Geetam University. And coming to my astrological background, I have done Jyotish Visharda from MICAS. I have completed Jyotish Acharya, Numerology, BNN, and Vastu from Visro. And currently, I'm pursuing PhD at Visro on evolution of profession and passive income models in the digital era, a comparative study. And my research guide is Professor Krishna Kansaramgaru. So, my guru is a renowned scholar, researcher, and a visionary leader in the field of Vedic science and Jyotisha. He has been instrumental in reviving, preserving, and promoting the timeless wisdom of our ancient scriptures through a modern and research oriented approach. So, I am very grateful and privileged to have the opportunity to pursue PhD under his esteemed guidance, and his constant encouragement, mentorship, and invaluable wisdom have been a source of inspiration throughout my research journey. And I also wanted to thank Ashna ma'am and Jyoti, Suri Garu, Chalpati Garu, and the entire Visro team for their continuous support all the time. And just I'll go through a recap of my session 1 and session 2. So in my session 1, which was evolution of professions, I have covered what is a profession, why do we have professions, what are different types of evolution of professions which we have seen from the pre-Vedic era to the digital era, and we have seen what could be the future trends. And in the session my how the professions can be analyzed through the Jyotisha, and why Saturn is a Karmakarika and what is a 10th house, 10th lord. And we have understood that the planetary characteristics of the profession, and we have seen few examples of work from home, work from abroad, and when the native will get increment. So today's session is about analyzing passive income and how we can see it as a remedial measure. So today's agenda is we'll go through what is Dasamsa, what is the art of Dasamsa deities, what is passive income, what are different types of passive income models, and do you have a dual income, and what are the share market and share market rules, how the employee stocks will be executed, what is it, what are the rental income rules, and we'll see how the can be seen as a remedial measure today. Um, so let us go through what is a Dasamsa. So we all know to check the profession, we always check 10th house, 10th lord, Saturn, and we should also check the Dasamsa. So Dasamsa is primarily studied to understand a person's profession, career development, workplace responsibilities, authority, achievements, recognitions, and the manifestation of the professional karma. So the birth chart D1 gives the fundamental promise of the profession. The Dasamsa chart gives a deeper view of how the professional promise can be developed in the practical life. So, yeah. I have zoomed a bit. Is my screen okay to on?
Yes, now it is fine. Yeah, please do the same thing. Yes, thank
Yeah. So we all know the word dasamsa is formed from the two Sanskrit words. So dasa means 10 and amsa means a division. The dasamsa means 1/10 division. So every zodiac sign consists of 30 degrees. In D10 calculation, each sign is divided into 10 equal parts. That is 30 divided by 10, and each dasamsa is 3 degrees. So the profession is not as I said earlier, the profession is not limited to a job title or salary. It includes the nature of work, professional ability, responsibilities, promotions, authorities, leadership qualities, recognition, stability, challenges, and contribution to the society. And these are all the results of the one's professional karma. So the D10 chart help us to understand how a person performs in the professional world, and how society recognizes the performance of the native. So, uh, if we take example, two individuals may have completed their studies in the same education with the same educational background, and they may enter into the same profession in the same company, but their growth may be different. One may rise quickly into the leadership ladder, while the other may remain in the same position for many years. And to compare at that point, we can take a help of D10 chart and we can see these minute differences. So the Samsara chart shows us the detailed manifestation of the professional life. So, like quality of career, promotions, authority, reputations, workplace responsibility, job stability, professional changes, success in business or not, and contribution to the society. And we all know D10 also shows a person's actions and decision, which affects the professional status. So we all, uh, I'm sorry, is my screen visible?
Yes, Kishore.
We have a sloka in our BPHS which goes through Dashamsaha Swataschaiva Yugme Tannavamat Smrutaha Dasha Purvadi Dikpalaha Indradi Yama Rakshasaha. This states that the dasamsa begin from the sign itself in odd signs, and we have to count from the ninth sign in the even signs. So the 10 dasamsas are presided over by the guardians of the directions, beginning with Indra, Agni, Yama, Rakshasa, and the other deities. I'll explain that in the next slide. So let us consider how the D10 is calculated. So as we have went through the sloka, from the odd signs, we have to calculate it from the same sign. For example, if we Aries is our odd sign, so if we consider a planet is placed in 6 degrees, then we have to count it from Aries 0 to 3 degrees, and from 3 degrees to 6 degrees, it will be in Rishabha. So if a planet is placed in 6 degrees in D1, it will be placed in Rishabha. The same planet will be placed in Rishabha Rasi in D10 chart. For example, if we take even sign, that is, we can take example of Rishabha Rasi. So, if a planet is placed at 6 degrees in Rishabha, it will be placed in 10th sign from the Rishabha, because from if we calculate from the ninth sign for even races, as the planet is placed in 6 degrees, we can consider the planet which is present in Rishabha in D1 will be placed from the 10th sign in uh, the Samsara. So here we have an example. So if a planet is placed in 6 degrees, it will be placed in the Aquarius. Any questions? Okay. To analyze a profession, we should go to the
Peri,
events.
1 minute, Kishore. Peri Venkat Lakshmi garu. You have a question?
Yeah, madam.
Yes.
Kishore,
Hmm.
you said when there are in odd signs, yes, it starts from the first itself. If it is in Aries, Aries. If it is in Gemini, it starts from the Gemini. Am I true?
Right.
Then you said Taurus. If it is
Right.
in Taurus, it should be from the ninth house, you says, right?
Right.
So when it is in Taurus, it should start from Capricorn, right?
Yeah, it will start from Capricorn. I have taken example of 6 degrees, so that will be from Aquarius, right? It will be placed in Aquarius.
Oh, that will be placed in. Sorry, here
Yeah.
a little confusion for me. So that's why I raised my hand. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can continue, Kishore.
Yeah, thanks. So to analyze a profession, we should check D1 chart, D10 chart, Dasa and Dantadasa, and the transits. Before going through the analyzation of profession, we just go through the D10. So in Dasamsa, we should check our Lagna and the Lagna Lord. The Lagna Lord of a D10 shows the strength and the direction of the professional life. So its placements indicates where the native invests his professional energy. So, for example, the D10 Lagna Lord in the 10th house may give strong career orientation to the native. If it is placed in the ninth house, it may connect the profession with the knowledge, teaching, guidance, or fortune, like that we can consider. And we can check the 10th house. We have to check the 10th house also. If the 10th house is, we consider the 10th house as the principal house of action for profession, authority, and the visible karma. In D10, it represents career position, professional achievements, responsibilities, status, leadership, recognition, and the public outcome of one's work. So, a strong 10th house may support steady career growth, leadership roles, administrative responsibilities, reputation, and professional stability. Affliction of 10th house may give obstacles, disputes with authorities, professional changes, delayed recognition, and dissatisfaction. So, when the 10th lord is placed in first house of the deacon, the native strongly identifies with the profession. Career becomes a central part of his life. When the same 10th lord is placed in his second house, he may be connected with the finance, speeches, family resources, knowledge, or wealth creations. When the 10th lord is in the third house, the career may involve communication, writing, media skills, travel, and independent efforts. When 10th lord is in the fourth house, the profession may connect with land, property, education, vehicles, working from home, like that. And when 10th lord is in fifth house, career may involve intelligence, creativity, education, counseling, finance, design, or any advisory works. When 10th lord is in sixth house, the native work in service, competition, medicine, litigations, problem solving, or structure oriented employment he may work. When the 10th lord is connected with seventh house, the profession may involve business, consulting clients, partnership of or public interactions may increase to the native. When 10th lord is in 8th house, the career, his career may evolve with respect to research, investigations, insurance, taxations, transformation or sudden changes. When 10th lord is in 9th house, profession can connect with teaching, higher education, religious, or guiding his peers, publishing, or any international works. When 10th lord is in 10th house, he strengthens the professional ambition, authority, and visibility, and is subject to dignity and other aspects. And when 10th lord is in 11th, he supports the income, promotions, networkings, and large organizations, and fulfillment of professional ambitions will be fulfilled. When 10th lord is in 12th house, he connects with foreign countries, institutions, researchers, isolations, or remote work, or he can work in multinational environments. So these results always be modified by the planet involved, and its sign and the dignity, and what are its aspects and the conventions. So whenever we analyze a profession, we have to check both D1 and D10. When the person have a strong D1 and a strong D10, it indicates clear professional directions, good opportunities, steady growth, a good recognition, and the native will have long-term success. When the native have a strong D1 but weak D10, he may have ability and opportunity, but may experience workplace difficulties, delayed promotions, poor recognition, and dissatisfaction. When the native have a weak D1 but strong D10, the person may initially struggle to identify the correct path, but after entering a suitable profession, he may perform well and gain recognition. When both have the similar indications, I mean, both D1 and D10 have the same indications, the same profession, planetary influence, or yoga repeats in D1 and D10, the results become more significant. Yeah. And here we should also consider the role of dasa and antadasa also. So the chart, whenever the native chart shows any potential, shows the potential, dasa indicates that potential becomes active or not. So professional events may occur during the periods of D1 10th Lord, D10 10th Lord, or D10 Lagna Lord. And we should also check the Antadasa. Antadasa gives a more specific time window within the Mahadasa. So, for example, if a planet is strong in both D1 and D10 and connected with the 10th house, its dasa, that dasa may bring a new job, promotion, change of roles, leadership responsibilities, or professional recognition. If the planet is affected, the same period can bring pressure, restructuring, conflicts, transfer, or job changes. And coming to the transits, transits helps in triggering the events promised by D1, D10, and Dasa. So the important transits which we should consider are Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. So Jupiter transit may support expansions, promotions, recognitions, guidance, and new opportunities. Saturn transits brings responsibilities, restructurings, delay, stability, and long-term professional changes. Rahu and Ketu transit can bring sudden shifts, foreign opportunities, technological changes, detachment, and conventional developments. So, transit itself should not be used to predict an event. It should support the promise of the chart and the operating dasa also. So we can say that the dasamsa is the mirror of professional karma. The birth chart shows the fundamental path of the profession, while the D10 chart reveals the strength, quality, growth, recognition, fulfillment that is obtained through that path. Reliable professional judgment must combine D1 chart, D10 chart, planetary strengths, dasa, antadasa, and transit also. So with this, we can see that D1 tells us the what profession is promised. D10 tells us how the profession develops. Dasa and Antadasa tells us when the results will get manifested, and the transit triggers the actual professional event. So I have taken a example chart. Here you can see an example. So consider Ketu. Here Ketu is మిథున రాశి. దట్ ఈస్ కేతు మనకి ఇప్పుడు మిథునంలో ఉన్నాడు. కేతు మిథునంలో ఉన్నాడు అంటే అది ఆడ్ సైన్. ఆడ్ సైన్ కాబట్టి మనం సేమ్ సైన్ నుంచి కౌంట్ చేసుకోవాలి. Here we can see that Ketu is in Gemini, and Gemini is a odd sign, we have to count from the same sign itself. Here the Ketu is posited at 22 degrees. When the Ketu, we all know all the degrees have been divided by 3, and when consider 22, it comes under the 8. So here when Ketu is posited in Gemini, from Gemini we can count 8. So it will be presented, it will be present in Makara in Dasamsa. సో ఇక్కడ మన కేతువు మిథునంలో ఉన్నారండి. సో కేతు మిథునంలో ఉన్నాడు కాబట్టి మనం కేతువుని సేమ్ సైన్ నుంచి కౌంట్ చేస్తాము. సో కేతు ఇక్కడ నుంచి మనం కౌంట్ చేసినప్పుడు డిగ్రీస్ మనకు ముఖ్యం. ఇక్కడ మనకు 22 డిగ్రీస్లో ఉన్నాడు కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ నుంచి 22 డిగ్రీస్ అంటే మనకు అది 8వ ఇంట్లో పడుతుంది. సో మిథునం నుంచి 8వ ఇల్లు అంటే మనకు అది మకరం అవుతుంది కాబట్టి దశాంశకు వచ్చేసరికి మనకు కేతు మకరంలో ఉన్నారు. I'll explain about any even sign also. Here we can consider Mercury, which is presented in Cancer. Here Mercury is in 29 degrees. So we can directly say that from Mercury, I mean from Cancer, we have to count 9, 7, 8, 9. The 9th house will be Pisces. From Pisces, this will be present in the 10th house. Because it is in the last degrees, we can directly check the 10th house. So the 10th house will be Sagittarius. So Mercury will present in Sagittarius in Dasamsa. ఇప్పుడు నేను మెర్క్యూరీని ఎగ్జాంపుల్‌గా తీసుకుంటున్నానండి. మెర్క్యూరీ మనకు కర్కాటకంలో ఉన్నారు. కర్కాటకంలో 29 డిగ్రీలలో ఉన్నారు. సో, ఎప్పుడైనా మనం ఈవెన్ సైన్స్‌ని కన్సిడర్ చేసుకోవాలి అంటే, ఈవెన్ సైన్ నుంచి నైన్త్ సైన్ అక్కడి నుంచి మనం కౌంట్ చేసుకోవాలి. మనకు ఆహ్, ఇదేంటి క్యాన్సర్ కర్కాటకానికి మనకు నైన్త్ సైన్ వచ్చేసరికి మీనం అవుతుందండి. మీనం నుంచి మనం కౌంట్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఇది డైరెక్ట్‌గా మనకు 29 డిగ్రీస్ ఉంది కాబట్టి మనం డైరెక్ట్ 10థ్ హౌస్‌లో పడుతుంది అని చెప్పి మనం తెలుసు. ఎందుకంటే ఇందాక మనం డిగ్రీస్ అన్ని చూసాం కాబట్టి. సో, మనం మీనం నుంచి 10థ్ హౌస్ తీసుకుంటే మనకు ధనుస్సు అవుతుంది. సో, ధనుస్సులో బుధుడు అన్నది మనకు ప్లేస్ అవుతాడు దశాంశలో. So, is it clear, ma'am?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. So we have a order of Dasamsa deities. In BPHS, we have a sloka. Indragini Yamarakshasaha, Varuno Vayurevacha, Kubera Ishana, Brahma Anantascha, Dasasmrutaha. So this means that the 10 deities order are Indra, Agni, Yama, Rakshasa, Varuna, Vayu, Kubera, Ishana, Brahma, and Ananta. So, mm, yeah.
Yeah, it is
So
clear.
when we consider Indra, he represents east direction, and he gives us leadership qualities, authority, administration, government, recognition, command, and promotions. In professional life, Indra indicates the ability to lead, manage, and hold the responsibilities. A planet connected with Indra's Dasamsar may give managerial abilities, leadership roles, recognition from superiors, authority over others, administrative responsibilities, or any government related works. So, the deeper meaning of Indra is not only power, but the ability to organize and govern. And the professional expressions are senior management roles, admin roles, government services, leaderships, defense, execute any executive positions, and institutional authority positions. These all comes under his professional expressions. And next comes Agni. He rules southeast direction. He represents energy, technical skills, engineering, execution, innovation, machinery, electronics, and transformations. So Agni, we all know Agni burns, which means he purifies and transforms. Therefore, in profession, it indicates the ability to convert ideas into action. So, a planet in Agni's Dasamsa shows strong technical competence, engineering ability, speed of execution, problem solving, courage, and excellence in the practical skills. And coming to his professional expressions, engineering, technology, manufacturing, surgeries, defense, energy sectors, machinery, and technical operations all comes under his professional expressions. So we can say Agni is particularly important when analyzing technical, scientific, and engineering professions. And next comes Yama. He rules south direction and he represents discipline, law, justice, order, ethics, accountability, control, and compliance. He is associated with the restraint and a proper conduct. A planet which is placed in Yama's Dasamsa expresses through discipline, regulations, justice, administration, rule enforcement, or ethical responsibilities. So that person, that native may be required to work within strict procedures and established systems. And the professional expressions are judiciary, law, compliance, audit, administration, policing, regulations, governance, and the quality control. So, Emma shows the professions where responsibility and accountability are very much important. And next comes Niriti or Rakshasa. He rules southwest direction and he represents crisis, destruction of old structures, transformations, risk, instability, restructuring, and overcoming obstacles. So he may initially appear difficult, but uh, in its a deeper role, his transformations gives through the challenges. A planet placed in Niritis or Rakshasa Dasamsa can bring difficulty, professional conditions, crisis management, sudden changes, high risk assignments, or work, or the native may have to work involving any hidden tasks and any complex problems also. And the placements may not always give an easy career to that native. And the professional expressions includes investigations, restructuring, disaster management, cybersecurity, emergency services, research into hidden matters. And Niriti can give success only after the struggle, especially when the planet is strong and well supported. And then comes Varuna. He rules the west direction and he represents law, contracts, regulation, diplomacy, governance, contracts, oceans, and international relations also. And he's associated with the universal law and the binding agreements. So when a planet is placed in Varuna's Dasamsa, he indicates legal liabilities, diplomacy, contract management, regulation, or foreign connections. And the professional expressions includes law, foreign affairs, diplomacy, international businesses, contracts, shipping, maritime professions, and institutional managements. And we can say that Varuna can indicate the professions where trust, agreements, and responsibilities are central and which plays the key role. And coming to Vayu, he represents, he directs northwest direction and he represents movements, communication, networking, traveling, media, speed, flexibility, and adaptability. And Vayu is dynamic and he is constantly moving. So a planet which is present in Vayu Dasamsa can produce professional activity involving communications, travels, information exchange, networking, technology, adaptability, and frequent movements. So his professional expressions include media, telecommunications, sales, logistics, aviations, digital platforms, and public relations. So Vayu gives the ability to connect people, information, and the systems. Next comes Kubera. He rules north direction and he represents wealth, finance, prosperity, banking, investments, and communication. So, a planet, when placed in the Kubera's Dasamsa, he may express through financial growth, wealth management, investments, business, or any administration of any administrative resources. And coming to his professional expressions, finance, banking, investments, accounting, wealth management, asset management, corporate finances, these all comes under the his Kubera professional expressions. So he can indicate the capacity to create, manage, and preserve the wealth. Next comes Ishana. Ishana, he rules the northeast direction and he represents higher wisdom, spirituality, intuition, research, guidance, knowledge, and insight. So the direction is considered highly auspicious and connected with the higher understandings. So when the planet which is placed in Ishana's Dasamsa, the native can be a research. The native can show research abilities, spiritual knowledge, advisory capacity, deeper insight, and he might be good in teaching or any intellectual leaderships. And the professional expressions are researcher, higher educations, spirituality, astrology, teaching, counselings, and any advisory roles. So Ishana gives a profession with a sense of purpose, wisdom, and the higher directions. Next comes Brahma. He represents the upward direction, and he is a creator, innovator, knowledge, education, designing, planning, and the intellectual pursuits. So Brahma is the creator. Therefore, the Dashamsa is associated with creating something new. So when a planet is placed in the Brahma's Dasamsa, the native indicates innovations, design, inventions, research, planning, and creative intelligence. So the professional expressions are teaching, architects, designers, product developments, researchers, creative plannings, intellectual pursuits. So Brahma is especially relevant for professions in which new ideas, systems, or structures are created. And next comes Ananta. He directs the downward direction, and he represents stability, continuity, endurance, foundation, sustainability, long-term success, and legacy. So Ananta means endless or infinity. So a planet when placed in Ananta's Dasamsa, the native may show patience, professional endurance, stability, stable growth, preservation of systems, long term responsibility, and creation of a lasting legacy. And the professional expressions include infrastructures, long term institutions, traditional industries, administrations, engineering foundations, governance, and sustainable systems. So, Ananta does not usually indicate a quick success, but he indicates through success through built over the time and sustained through the discipline. So these are the 10 dasamsa deities represent for 10 different expressions of our professional karma. By understanding the deities which are associated with each planet, we can understand whether the planet works through the leadership, technical abilities, discipline, transformation, communication, wealth, creative, or long-term stability. Next, we'll move to what is a passive income. Any questions till now?
No, Kishore. I guess there are no questions. You can continue. Thank you.
So passive income is income that continues to be generated after the initial effort in and a small amount of investment or creation which has been made. So, unlike a regular salary, passive income does not require continuous daily involvement. So, this doesn't mean earning money without using anything, without doing anything. Instead, it means that the most of the work is done upfront, and then the income continues with a little ongoing effort. So, for example, our author writes a book, and the royalties continue throughout the years. And another example which we can take is a software employee again. So here the software employee he spends months and months in developing an application, and once that is published, the application continues to generate revenue throughout the years in the form of subscriptions or any advertisements like that. So in each of the passive income cases, the initial effort is very much high, but the recurring effort is comparatively low. So when we consider the difference between active and passive incomes, active income requires continuous work, and the time is important, and the time is exchanged for money in the active income. And income stops if we don't work, and the salary, wages, these all comes into the active income format. When considering the passive income, it requires only minimal ongoing effort. Assets or systems generate the money. So income can continue even without our daily work. With passive income, we can get income through rents, royalties, and through digital products. So we can say that active income depends directly on the individual's continuous work. So those characteristics require continuous physical or mental effort, exchanging time for money. Income stops when the work stops. Salary depends on attendance and productivity. So here the examples are salaried employees, lawyers, consultants, teachers, and freelancers. If these individuals stop working, their income also stops. We're now considering the passive income. It is generated to the assets or systems. So minimal daily effort is required. Assets work on behalf of the owners. So recurring income, we get recurring income, scalability, and independence from the daily labor. Here, the examples we can give as rental income, royalties, online courses, interest-based incomes, YouTuber revenues. So the important difference here is active income depends on your time, but the passive income depends on your assets and the systems. So in traditional sources, we used to get income from passive income from the rentals, agricultures, dividends, interest from fixed deposits or bonds, royalties from books or musics, and the business profits managed by others. In the digital era, these have been changed through YouTube revenue, subscriptions, online courses, ebooks, mobile applications, blogging, stock photography, software licensing, and AI-powered digital products. So, yeah, these are the passive income models which are seen in the modern era. So, in the past, passive income was primarily associated with owning physical assets such as agricultural lands, rental properties, and business managed by others. So with the advancement of technology, the internet, financial markets, and the digital economy, passive income has also been accessible to almost everyone. Today, an individual can create a digital product, invest systematically, or build an online platform that generates recurring income with minimum daily investment or involvement. So, therefore, the passive income in the modern era is not restricted to wealthy investors only. It has become an opportunity for professionals, entrepreneurs, content creators, and technology innovators. So here we can say that we can earn money while you focus on life, growth, and wisdom. This means that after creating an asset or system, it continues to generate income while you focus on your career, family, or personal developments. Here we can see SIP or mutual funds. The first model is systematic investment plan. So a SIP allows an individual to invest a fixed amount regularly into mutual funds instead of investing a large amount at once. And the investments are made monthly or periodically. Here the benefits are disciplined investing, power of compounding is a huge benefit here, long-term wealth creation, and it is suitable for salaried employees. And the second model is dividend stocks. Some companies distribute a portion of their profits to shareholders in the form of dividends, and the investors continues receiving income simply by holding the shares. And the benefits here are regular cash flow, ownership in quality companies, potential capital appreciation, and long term passive income. This is one of the most stable passive income models for long term investors. Next comes bonds and the fixed income securities. Here, bonds are debt instruments issued by governments or corporations. When an individual purchases a bond, they are lending money to the issuer and the receiver period and the receiver receives periodic interest. And next comes the rental income. A rental income is one of the oldest and the most trusted passive income models. So a person purchases a residential or commercial property and receives monthly income by giving it for rents or by leasing it. So examples are commercial buildings, office spaces, shops, apartments, warehouses, like that. So, and we can see, and the next one is REITs. Here, REITs means real estate investment trust. So, a few people cannot invest a huge amount at the time in the real estate. So, those people go through the leasing schemes. So, where the investment is less and the returns are huge. And next comes ESOPs, RSUs, and ESPPs. These are modern wealth creation models where the MNCs or most of the MNCs are offering stocks to the employee. And next comes online courses and the digital product forms. So here knowledge itself has become a asset. So an individual creates online courses, ebooks, templates, educational contents, and these products can be sold repeatedly without recreating them. So we can take a example of a teacher who records a course, and thousands of students can continue purchasing it without the investment of his time again and again. And YouTube and the content creation. So, content creation has become one of the fastest growing passive income models in the digital era. So, revenue sources includes advertisements, sponsorships, memberships, and brand collaborations in YouTube and any content creation skills. So next comes the blogging and the websites. Here, a website becomes a digital asset. So the income sources includes Google advertisements, affiliate marketing, sponsored contents, and digital product sales. And once a website gains consistent traffic, it can generate recurring income with the periodic maintenance. And next comes affiliate marketing. Here, affiliate marketing involves recommending products or services. Example like Amazon Associates, software referrals, online educational platforms, and financial products. Next comes apps, software, or SaaS. So here, one of the strongest passive income models in digital era is SaaS. So this includes mobile applications, subscription softwares, productivity tools, AI platforms, and other cloud services. And next comes royalties and intellectual properties. So here the intellectual property is becoming one of the most valuable modern assets, and it can include photography, software licensing, and research publications. So whenever someone uses the intellectual property, the creator earns the royalties. So this work is created once, but can continue generating income for many years. So the evolution of passive income reflects the evolution of human civilization itself. So earlier, wealth was created primarily through land and physical assets. Today, we are seeing it through the financial investments, intellectual properties, digital platforms, and technology have been transformed the way people generate recurring income. So, from the perspective of Jyotisha, these changing income models can also be understood through the specific planetary combinations and house connections, and enabling us to identify the potential of the passive income in the horoscope. I can't go through all the models, I'll go through few models in the next charts. So to check whether you have a passive income or not, whether you can do a passive income or not, first your chart should support. So we have two rules for this. Whenever the 10th house, 10th lord are connected to jewel sign, and whenever the Saturn is connected to jewel sign or Mercury or Jupiter. When the native has this combination, we can say that native can earn in from the multiple sources. Here we have an example. Here we are considering a D1 chart, and here the Lagna is Tula Lagna. In Tula Lagna, the 10th lord is placed in 7. The 10th lord is Moon, and Moon is placed in Gemini. So we can say that as the 10th lord is placed in Gemini, the native may have multiple income sources. ఇక్కడ మనం తులా లగ్నం తీసుకున్నామంటే తులా లగ్నానికి మనకు ఆ, పదో ఇంటి వాడు చంద్రుడు అవుతాడు. చంద్రుడు మనకు మిథునంలో ఉన్నాడు. మిథునం అన్నది మనకు జ్యువెల్ సైన్ కాబట్టి ఈ నేటివ్ 2 జాబ్స్ ఆర్ మల్టిపుల్ ఇన్కమ్స్ ఉంటాయి అని చెప్పి మనం చెప్పొచ్చు. అండ్ ఇక్కడ మనం అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే పరివర్తన యోగ అన్నది ఉంది. చంద్రుడు బుధుడి ఇంట్లో ఉన్నాడు, బుధుడు చంద్రుడి ఇంట్లో ఉన్నాడు.
Yes, Kishore. So we had a question from Ranganath, I guess. Ranganath, are you available? If not, you can continue. Okay, please continue, Kishore.
I'm available. Kishore, Rangnath here.
Yes, sir.
Just one question. Is there any passive income model relevant to astrology? If you can give a couple of examples, because all of us here are aspiring astrology as a probable profession, right? మీరు
Right.
IT అవన్నీ చెప్పారు, but some people are senior citizens and some people are different different kind of.
మనకు ఆస్ట్రాలజీ కాంబినేషన్స్ ఏంటండి?
No. What I'm asking, passive income models relevant to astrology. Can you?
If your chart is supporting your astrology combination, we can say that the native can earn through astrology also.
I'm asking if you can brief couple of income models. How an astrologer can earn passive income.
Okay. Let me answer that. So, what is passive income in the first place is the person will work and then the earning will come as per he need not work daily. But astrologers, you need to check the chart whenever there is a this thing. But passive income in astrology is another thing is when you write a book. That's what he said as a author. So when you write a book, astrology book, and you have got a no क्या बोलते हैं, royalty on that, or you provide a recording and give it to a media, and you get a income on that, on the viewership. So those are the things that are again coming back to the astrology. But if you are taking as an astrology as a profession or a side income or a secondary income, that is a secondary income, that is not a passive income. Okay. Passive income is something you should not be working. You will work for some time, then you will not work. Okay. Yes, Ranga.
Perfect, madam. This is what I was expecting. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Kishore. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. So in today's world, we are seeing most of them are investing in the share markets. So the share market is a platform where investors buy and sell ownerships in the companies. So when you purchase a company's share, you become a partial owner of that company. So for example, if you are purchasing the shares of TCS, Infosys, or any other company, you own a very small portion of that company. As the company grows and earns profit, the share price may increase. The company may distribute dividends, and the investor benefits from the both capital and he get the both capital appreciation as well as the dividend income. So the value of shares changes continuously based on factors: company performance, quarterly results, economic conditions, government policies, interest rates, global events, and investor sentiments. So from the astrological perspective, fifth house is primarily connected to the investments and the speculations. So why fifth house? The fifth house represents intelligence, analytical thinking, forecasting ability, speculation, creativity, decision making, and calculated risk taking. So, unlike salary, the income, investing involves predicting future outcomes. So, a successful investor studies information, analyzes the market trends, and makes decision based upon the certainty. So this is exactly the fifth house signifies what the fifth house signifies. Therefore, whenever we analyze investments, the fifth house and its lord becomes very important. And the important planets which we need to check are Mercury, Rahu, Jupiter, and Moon. Mercury for trading and analytics, Rahu for speculations and expansions, Jupiter for long-term wealth, and Moon for emotional strength and stabilities. And coming to the rules, whenever the fifth house or fifth lord connects with the 11th house or 11th lord or Mercury or Jupiter, in these conditions, the native will succeed in the investments. And Rahu can give a sudden gains if it is afflicted. It can also give a sudden falls. When Jupiter is connected to 11th house or 11th lord, the native may see rise in the markets, and also it is the right time to invest. And native must avoid investing in the Sadhyasati, Ashtamasini, and Ardhashtamasini periods. And next one is SIP. So it is a method of investing a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, usually every month, like that. So instead of investing a large amount at one time, the investor contributes a small amount consistently. So here, the consistency, discipline, and patience are important for SIP. So for this, the Saturn and Jupiter plays an important role. Jupiter is represented for compound interesting. So as Jupiter signifies expansion, abundance, prosperity, multiplication, and financial growth. Jupiter is considered here. And for Saturn represents discipline, regular investment, patience, long-term commitment, and consistency. So SIP is considered whenever the Saturn and Jupiter are placed. So to invest in a SIP, Saturn or Jupiter should have a connection with your 11th house. Here now we take a example. In this example chart, uh, the Lagna is in Virgo, so the 10th house falls in Mercury. The 10th lord, the 10th house falls in Gemini, and the 10th lord is placed in the second house. So here, if we see whether we got a Jupiter connection, the native have got a Jupiter connection. So this first, let us consider whether the native have multiple income sources or not, because the 10th lord is a 10th house is a jewel sign. The native will definitely have multiple income sources, and Mercury is also placed with Jupiter, so he invests in SIPs. And here we can see Rahu is connected with the Mercury. Whenever the Rahu is connected with your 10th house or 10th lord, we can say the native can also invest in the share market. So here both the rules have been matched, and the native invests in SIPs as well as in the share markets. And if you see, moon is also moon is also take we can consider moon also, because the native is also getting income from the agricultural resources, because the Saturn is directly aspecting the moon here. We can say that this is the reason for agriculture income for the native. And next comes the employee stocks. In today's corporate world, especially in IT and any multinational companies, salary is no longer the only source of compensation. The companies are also providing ESPPs, RSUs, and the stock grants. So ESPP is an employee stock purchase plan, which allows employees to purchase company shares at the discounted prices. So the benefits of ESPP are: purchase company shares at a discounted price, build ownership in the company, long-term wealth creation, benefit from future with the company's growth, encourages disciplined investing. So this is a similar to investing systematically while also receiving an employer-sponsored benefits. And next comes RSUs. RSUs are restricted stock units. So these are companies' shares granted to employees. Unlike ESPP, employees do not purchase this. These were granted by the companies to the employee. So, for example, we can consider employee can get 400 RSUs at a time, but they have to wait for 4 years for the vesting period. So each year, 100 shares will be granted for the native. And next comes the stock grants. So unlike some companies provide shares directly as a part of compensation package, these are called as stock grants. So unlike RSUs, which usually have vesting condition periods, stock grants may not have that condition based upon the few company rules. So when will the native receive this type of grants? So as these are also a part of your profession, when 10th house, 10th lord, or 10th Saturn is connected with your 5th house or 11th house, there is a possibility of employee stock wealth is possible. We have an example here. Here the Lagna is Tula Lagna, and Lagnathpati is also placed in the along with the Lagna only, and the 10th lord is moon. Moon is placed in the 11th house. So we can say we have seen a direct connection here. And here we can see the Saturn is placed in the Dhanas Rashi. That is, Saturn is placed in Sagittarius. So we can say the native will have multiple income sources. So one of the income sources he has is through the uh, RSUs or ESPPs. And this native is also earning from the uh, what we call through the liquor march. So here we can say Rahu is directly aspecting the moon. So moon is considered for liquids, and Rahu is for wines or liquor thing. We can say that's the reason he is running a liquor mart also. And next comes the rental income. So long before the stock markets or any digital business existed, we all know that there was a recurring income through the rents, through leasing houses, shops, and agriculture properties. So rental income is one of the oldest and stable form of passive income, and it represents wealth through the ownership of fixed assets. So the rule is whenever Jupiter or income planets connects to fourth or 11th house, the native may get income through the rents. So here we have a example. So here we have it Karkataka Lagna, and the 10th house is Mesha, that is Aries. So 10th lord is placed in the second house. We can see here the Jupiter, and we can see here the Saturn is connected with the Mercury. So as Saturn is connected to the Mercury and in the jewel house, we can say the native will have dual income or multiple income. And here the Jupiter is directly connected to the fourth house. So we can say the native is earning through the rental income also. Any doubts still here?
No, I guess.
Now, let us see how this passive income can be seen as a remedial measure. So, till now, we have discussed what passive income is and what are different types of passive income models and what are the astrological combinations. And now we'll see how it is seen as a remedial measure. So, whenever we have an income squeeze, I need to explain about income squeeze first. Whenever the Ketu is transiting over 10th house, 10th lord, or Saturn, your income may get squeezed. That means that your income may get reduced or your income may get cut. So that is called as an income squeeze. So and in today's world we are seeing many job insecurities through AI automations, or through that in software industries we are seeing layoffs, and we are also seeing increased financial commitments from most of the individuals, and dependency on a single source of income is creating vulnerability nowadays. So how the passive income will work as a remedy. So the horoscope should indicate the certain professional combinations, and through those combinations, the combinations can produce challenges such as instability, delayed growth, salary stagnations, or income reductions or layoffs. And through those challenges, these challenges creates a financial vulnerability, and the individual consciously builds passive income through investments, rental assets, SIPs, dividend stocks, digital products, intellectual properties, and online business. And the next one is through these investment plans, he can create a secondary income stream which develops his finances and reduces the financial stress. And through this, he creates the individual experiences a greater stability, peace of mind, financial confidence, and resilience. So here, what I wanted to say is Jyotisha teaches us that while we cannot always change our karma, we can change the way to respond it. So traditional remedies strengthen the individual spiritually and mentally, whereas passive income strengthens them financially. Together, they help reduce suffering, increase resilience, and create greater stability during challenging periods. Therefore, the passive income should not be viewed merely as a financial strategy, but also as a modern practical remedial measure that complements the timeless wisdom of the Jyotisha. And My closing statement is professions evolve through the civilization, technology, and economic systems, but the law of karma remains central. Here, our classical Jyotisha does not become obsolete with the changing times. Rather, its timeless principles continue to illuminate new forms of livelihood, wealth creation, and human evaluation. So, the digital era is therefore not a departure from our tradition, but it's a new chapter in the continuous expansion of the karma through profession and our passive income. Yeah, thank you. Any questions?
That's very nice, Kishore. Congratulations. So, any questions from the audience? You can stop sharing, I guess. Yep. So, any questions from the audience? No, I guess no. And congratulations on completing all your presentations successfully. Panram Sharma garu.
పడిగ్రామ్ శర్మ
సరే ఈరోజు కిషోర్ గారు చెప్పినటువంటి అంశాలు ప్రధానంగా తీసుకుంటే ఏదైతే మనం జ్యోతిష్య శాస్త్రంలో ఇన్కమ్ చూస్తామో దాని డీటెయిల్ చార్ట్లో ఎక్స్పెషలీ అంశ రూలర్స్ను ఇన్వాల్వ్ చేస్తూ ప్రొఫెషన్ ఎలా చూడాలి అనే అంశాన్ని విస్తృతంగా చెప్పడం జరిగింది. అలాగే ప్యాసివ్ ఇన్కమ్ ఏదైతే ఉందో దాన్ని ఒక రెమెడీగా కూడా వాడుకోవచ్చు అని చెప్పడం, ఈ రెండు కూడా మనం జ్యోతిష్యంలో కొత్త విషయాలుగా కూడా మనం గ్రహించవచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే చాలా చోట్ల ఈ విషయాలను గమనింపులో లేము. ఈ విధంగా కొత్త విషయాలను చెప్తూ సమగ్రంగా సంక్షిప్తంగా విషయాన్ని చెప్పినందుకు కిషోర్ గారికి ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేసుకుంటాను.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి పనరామ్ శర్మ గారు. పేరు వెంకటలక్ష్మి గారు.
కిషోర్ చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. అండ్ ప్యాసివ్ ఇన్కమ్ అంటే యాజ్ ఎ బ్యాంకర్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా తెలిసినవే అయినా అంటే దాన్ని అస్ట్రాలజికల్గా మీరు దాన్ని కలుపుతూను చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. అండ్ సాటర్న్ మెర్క్యూరీ హౌ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కనెక్టెడ్ ప్యాసివ్ ఇన్కమ్ వస్తుంది. అండ్ డ్యూ కోర్స్ యాక్చువల్గా నా చార్ట్ నేను చూసుకున్నాను అనమాట, అంతే. అందువల్ల రియలీ యూ డన్ ఎ వెరీ గుడ్ జాబ్ కిషోర్. యాజ్ అ బ్యాంకర్ ఐ నో దట్స్ వెరీ గుడ్. చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఎస్ ప్రసాద్ గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి.
నమస్కారం.
వెంకటలక్ష్మి గారు.
నమస్తే సార్. అండ్ కిషోర్ గారు చాలా చాలా బాగా కవర్ చేశారు. మొత్తం కాన్సెప్చువల్ గా కానివ్వండి, బిల్డప్ కానివ్వండి. బికాజ్ మీ 3 సెషన్స్ నేను అటెండ్ అయ్యాను. వెరీ నైస్. ఒక చిన్న కన్స్ట్రక్టివ్ క్రిటిసిజం తీసుకుంటారా? Can I say that? Can I? Am I allowed, sir?
Yes, please, sir. Definitely.
అంటే మీరు చక్కగా డెలివర్ చేస్తున్నారు. వన్ థింగ్ యూ ప్రాబబ్లీ ఆర్ నాట్ నోటీసింగ్ ఈజ్, ఇప్పుడు మన మెంటర్ కృష్ణకాంత్ గారు మాట్లాడేప్పుడు హీ టేక్స్ డెఫినెట్ పాజెస్. వారు బ్రీత్ ఎప్పుడు చేస్తున్నారు అన్నది మనకి తెలియదు. బట్ హీఈస్ డెలివరింగ్ ద కంటెంట్ టు us, సో హీ ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఈస్ బ్రీతింగ్. ఇది మీరు వీడియో అంటే రికార్డింగ్ లో కానీ చూడండి, గమనించండి. యువర్ బ్రెత్, యాక్చువల్లీ ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు సే దిస్, బట్ దెన్ దేర్ ఇస్ నో అదర్ అవెన్యూ ఫర్ కన్వేయింగ్ దిస్ టు యూ.
Right.
దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఓన్లీ థింగ్, అదర్వైజ్ బ్యూటిఫుల్. ఒక చిన్న విషయం, యూ షుడ్ కీప్ సమ్ వాటర్ విత్ యూ. 5 minutes into your presentation, you should have a sip of water. And then continue. And another reason why I am attending these sessions is, apart from astrological reasons, I'm seeing how people are presenting.
Okay.
Archana ma'am, chinna request, chinna suggestion. యూట్యూబ్ లో వీడియోస్ చూడాల్సిన అవసరం నాకు 2-3 సెషన్స్ కే అయింది. బట్ కింద మన విఎస్ఆర్ఓ రిబ్బన్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అది పర్మనెంట్ గా ఉండడం ఒకటిను, అది చాలా వైడ్ గా ఉండడం.
ఓకే.
సో దాన్ని రీపొజిషనింగ్ కానివ్వండి, లేదా ఇట్ కెన్ బి ఎ ఫ్లయర్ or it can be transparent background with VSRO scrolling. అంటే
Okay.
టెక్నాలజీ
Got
అనుకోండి, బట్
got it. Got it.
దట్ బి a great observation. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
the
much for the suggestions. Yes.
Otherwise, a beautiful presentation అండి, వెరీ యూస్ఫుల్ యాక్చువల్లీ. పాసివ్ ఇన్కమ్ అన్న దానికి ఇంకొక చిన్న లైన్ యాడ్ చేసుకుంటే, యూ వర్క్ రీప్ ద బెనిఫిట్ లేటర్. ఇప్పుడు
right.
చూడండి, LIC ఇన్సూరెన్స్ పీపుల్, దే విల్ సెల్ యూ ద ఇన్సూరెన్స్. Why are they keen on selling the insurance? Because it creates a passive income for them throughout their life. Great coverage. Thank you very much. Thank you, Archana ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank you.
opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Yes. Kishore,
Ma'am.
any more questions? If there are no questions, then I guess okay, Kirti ji is there in queue.
Congratulations, Kishorji. You have done very well done. But I want to ask one question. You are telling that that dual income is come from if the 10th lord is connected to the dual sign. So I want to ask a question. That is, if it is in the Shvansha chart or it is only in the Lagna chart. That I am confusion. I was there. I'm in a confusion, ma'am.
D1, as I said, D1 just shows the promise, but the actual, we have to see the D10 only.
हाँ दैट्स वाई वही पूछना था कि मीन्स D10 में डुअल इनकम 10th लॉट डुअल साइन में हो तब भी आएगा और अगर 10th लॉट इसमें भी हो D1 में तब भी आएगा, दोनों में आ सकता है ना?
Yeah.
ओके यस ओके ओके
Great. I guess that's it. So congratulations once again, Kishore, and I think we can wind up the session. Thank you everyone for attending the session and giving your valuable feedback on our PhD scholars presentations. So we are upcoming, next session is on 22nd on Wednesday. The last session from Pramila Chaudhary ji on a bachelor's. Later on, we have more sessions coming up. Very interesting sessions. Please keep tune in, and then listen to our PhD scholars presentations. Thank you, everyone.